runs out of time, the hostile action ends, and a time machine would know.
The Doctor and the TARDIS. It's almost impossible to imagine one without the other, and let's be honest, if that were the case, it would be a completely different show. Even if you don't know that much about Doctor Who, yet, you've probably seen the TARDIS. The Doctor's big blue box isn't just the best ship in the universe, its unique appearance makes it a British cultural icon.
Oh, that's the box, the blue box, it's always there. Like a magic carpet. There's this fun little box that transports me to faraway places.
Like a doorway?
Great segue. Let's step through that doorway into the TARDIS and find out what bigger on the inside really means. Ooh. First, let's talk time. TARDISes were an invention of the Doctor's people, the Time Lords. It's actually one of the things they're best known for.
I congratulate you, Doctor. The achievements of your people in temporal engineering are indeed as impressive as I have heard.
Well, thank you. I'm glad you like it.
Temporal engineering is a really great sci-fi way of saying time travel. TARDISes can travel forwards or backwards to any point in time via the time vortex. A storm of pure temporal energy that acts as a sort of shortcut between the different points in the universe. The TARDIS navigates the time vortex and then materializes at its destination. Of course, there are other ways to travel through time, but as you can imagine, the Doctor's not the biggest fan.
Why are you an expert in time-traveling goblins?
They are not time travelers, excuse me. Time travelers are great. Like the best, like wow. This lot just bimble.
Bimbling swiftly on, let's discuss relative dimension. It's always a treat when someone first steps through the doors of the TARDIS into its control room, and you can see why.
Fantastical. I couldn't figure it out either. The internal dimensions transcends the external.
Spot on.
If time travel is called temporal engineering, then the TARDIS's bigger interior is the result of dimensional engineering. Not only did the Time Lords figure out time travel, but they also discovered how to cram a whole separate dimension into a smaller space.
When you drink a glass of Coke, it's only this big, but it's actually got this much sugar in it. Works a bit like that.
What does?
The TARDIS. It's bigger on the inside than the outside. Oh, did you not notice?
I just thought it's supposed to be bigger on the inside, so I didn't say anything.
Well, of course it's supposed to be bigger. Most people are confused by that.
Now, I know what you're thinking. Even in the world of sci-fi, a ship like this would need a massive power source, maybe even the size of a sun. Luckily, the TARDIS is even big enough for that.
The Eye of Harmony, exploding star in the act of becoming a black hole. Time Lord engineering, you ripped the star from its orbit, suspended in a permanent state of decay. This way, quickly!
Woof! In fact, inside the TARDIS is so big that in over 60 years of adventures, we've barely even seen a fraction of its complete scale. Despite its size, the Doctor and their friends usually spend most of their time in the TARDIS control room, the first place you see when you enter the doors. Which means that over the years, it's been redecorated quite a few times. Every Doctor has different tastes after all.
This is amazing!
Okay, admit it, with that much space to run around, you would do it too. Which brings us lastly to space. The TARDIS is already a dimensionally transcendent time machine, so it makes sense that it must be a spaceship as well. As you may have figured out, the TARDIS can go anywhere in space as well as time. That means other planets, spaceships, space stations, almost nowhere is off limits. The TARDIS's main method of travel is to materialize through the time vortex, but it's also been known to do a bit of real, actual flying, with mixed results.
You are kidding me.
So there you have it, time and relative dimension in space, or TARDIS. There's no other ship in the universe quite like it. Except that's not entirely true, because other TARDISes have appeared in the Doctor's adventures. Whenever the Doctor's rival Time Lord, the Master, shows up to cause mayhem, they often have a TARDIS of their own, but it tends to do a better job of disguising itself. The reason the Doctor's TARDIS always looks like a police telephone box is the result of a broken chameleon circuit. The TARDIS is supposed to change appearance when it lands to blend in, but the circuit was damaged in 1960s England.
You know, that large rock over there looks exactly like a police telephone box to me.
That is merely another technical hitch, and the Doctor will repair it one day.
And then they never did. We think. Despite its technical hitches, the TARDIS is so much more than just a ship. To the Doctor, it's a home, a refuge, even a companion. Because the most important thing to know about the TARDIS is, it's alive! Kind of, depending on how you look at it.
What's that like?
The heart of the TARDIS. The ship's alive. You've opened its soul.
There's so much power running through the Doctor's TARDIS that it makes sense for it to be sentient, which also means that it has a mind of its own, and often makes its own decisions about where and when it lands.
Where have you taken me? If you're trying to make a point, I'm not listening.
The Doctor often talks to the TARDIS like it can hear them, but it very rarely gets a chance to answer back. Except once, and the conversation went about as well as you might expect.
You know, since we're talking with mouths, not really an opportunity that comes along very often, I just want to say, you know, you have never been very reliable.
And you have?
You didn't always take me where I wanted to go.
No, but I always took you where you needed to go.
You did.
Companions may come and go, but the Doctor's relationship with the TARDIS transcends time, space, and even human understanding. It's part of what makes it such an iconic character, as well as, yes, an amazing machine. So now you know just about everything you need to know about the Doctor's TARDIS. You're almost ready for your first adventure. So, where would you want to go first? Let us know in the comments, and for everywhere else, you can join the Doctor when he and the TARDIS both return for brand new adventures in the upcoming season.